Welcome in, welcome all to another edition of TGPW, the Gorilla Position Wrestling, the most unprofessional professional wrestling in Fire Pro Wrestling. I, of course, am your host, the Swink Nick Swinky, coming at you with another in the Summer Sizzler Series. Actually, this is our big June event, but it is part of the Summer Sizzler Series, building up towards the Super Summer Sizzler in August. But this is my own summer. And we are starting the show off with a spot for a shot 6-man elimination match. Go Shiozaki versus the death-defying, suicidal, genocidal, homicidal, death-defying maniac Sabu versus Moose versus the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns versus Jordynne Grace versus Hot Fire Myron Reed. And the big thing about this match is that the winner of this match will go on later on in this very show to face the TGPW champion Keiji Mutoh for the TGPW Championship. So if one of these individuals wants to win this match, they have to win this match, but then they have to wrestle later on in this show if they want to become the TGPW champion. So they have to wrestle twice in one night, first in this elimination match, and then later on in the show for the TGPW championship. That will be our semi-main event of the show, as our main event will be a steel cage match. Fishsticks Steve Ahrendt will face the leader of the Alliance to end Steve, Aaron Xavier, the evil genius, Fishsticks, going at it inside the confines of a steel cage. That is our main event later on in the show. Plus, because the winner of this match will get their shot at the title right here on the show, we need a #1 contender for the TGPW Championship, and we will determine that as Aeroboy will take on Kenny Omega. Also on the show, Fred Rosser and Effy will make their debut as they go one-on-one. In a pure rules match, it is Marty Drip Drip versus bad old JR, Jim Ross. More on that when we get to it. Plus, the TGPW Tag Team Title Tournament will continue with more first-round action as Ted DiBiase and Sasha Banks will take on the Circus of Slime, El Gran Blanco Presentadora, and Crooked Tortuga Michael Brennan. Also in the TGPW Tag Team Title Tournament in the first round, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, make their TGPW debut as they will enter the tournament to take on, join them to betray them, the team of Kayvon Journey and Jason Powell, also representing the Detroit Wrestling Connection. If that's not enough tag team action for you, we also have Fire and Flava in action. Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steeles making their debut as they take on Marty Drip Drip's associates, Death by Snu-Snu, the team of Jade Cargill and Camille. That is all coming your way on this show. 9 big matchups. Right here, we've got this elimination match to kick things off. There are 6 competitors in this match. All of them earned a right to compete in this match by winning various elimination matches, including Moose, who eliminated 7 competitors in an 8-man elimination match to get the spot here. Jordynne Grace eliminating 5 women in a 6-woman elimination match. Sabu only had to eliminate 4 men. Only had to eliminate 3 men in a 4-man elimination match. As did Go Shiozaki. Myron Reed competing in a 6-man elimination match to get here. As did the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Sabu on the outside has a chair, and he is swinging away at Go Shiozaki. Both men in danger of being counted out. By the way, 20 count on the floor here in TGPW. They're getting dangerously close to that 20 count. They're at 15 now. They still continue to brawl on the outside. Sabu nearly avoids being eliminated by count out. Again, you can be eliminated by pinfall, submission, count out, disqualification. Knockouts are also on. Keep that in mind as well. So you could be eliminated any way. Go Shiozaki just hit the go flasher on Roman. Stacks up Myron Reed with that power bomb jackknife cover and got 2. So far, no one has been eliminated yet. Backslide pin by Myron on Jordynne Grace. Referee 2 count Lou Tefano calls for a rope break. Rope breaks are also on. Jordynne Grace with Michinoku driver on Roman. Moose breaks up the pin. This is elimination. Moose, for some reason, saving Roman Reigns there. Maybe he wants to eliminate Roman Reigns. Power bomb on Moose. Is he out of here? No. Big 2.9 kick out by Big Money Moose right there. Just a half second away from Moose being eliminated in this match. Roman now breaking up pins. Myron with a pin on Sabu. No. Just a 2 count. Sabu kicks out. Shiozaki with a 2.9 on Jordynne Grace. Nearly got her with that lariat. Coming off the ropes. Sabu pins Reigns and gets a 2 count. Moose, of course, the big man in the corner in the white trunks with red. Myron Reed in the long pants in white with the chest protector. Sabu in the red. Roman Reigns, you know, if he's showing off the guns in the black top, black pants. Go Shiozaki in the green and white. Jordynne Grace in the black outfit. The only female in this match. The only female to qualify. No time limit in this match either. You heard the call for 20. Sabu goes to the top. Hits the flipping leg drop off the top. Has he eliminated Jordynne Grace? No. Minutes of game time gone, as the real-time game timer is different here. Also, we're at 125 speed in the game. Sabu with a taunt there, drops a leg. But still, 20 minutes into this match in game time, no one has been eliminated yet. We might have elimination here. No. Nice bridging pin by Jordynne Grace on Roman Reigns, but couldn't get the elimination. Myron Reed has a pin on Shiozaki with 2 count lose, distracted on the other side of the ring. That could have cost him. And a lucky break for Shiozaki is he might have been eliminated there. That 2 count lose, bit of paying attention. There's the Captain Crunch on Shiozaki by Myron Reed as Moose hits the go to hell on Roman and he eliminates him. Roman Reigns is the first man eliminated in this match as Myron Reed just kicks out. If you would have bet me money that Roman Reigns would have been the first man eliminated in this match, I would have lost money. Because he had to be a heavy favorite in this thing. But Moose eliminates the big dog, the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. And you know he is not going to be happy about that. He's going back to the locker room. He is pissed off. The no-cap splash on Shiozaki. Is he out? No! Big-time kick out by Go Shiozaki. As he chops Myron Reed and staggers him. There's a go to hell by Moose on Sabu as he just gets speared out of his boots by Jordynne Grace. The first person eliminated in this match is Roman Reigns. I can't believe that happened. Expect the unexpected when it comes to TGPW, folks. We saw that our last event, and we're seeing it already in the first match of this event. What else is going to happen here tonight? Well, that was bowling shoe ugly there, folks. That was not a Gowan Lariat, just took Myron Reed out of this match as Shiozaki eliminates Hot Fire Myron Reed. And we are down to 4. It is Moose. It is Go Shiozaki. It is Sabu, and it is Jordynne Grace. Moose misses the spear. Gets caught with that brain buster by Shiozaki. Moose eliminating Roman Reigns. Shiozaki just eliminating Myron Reed with a Gowan Lariat. And goes for another one and just turns Moose inside out. And Moose may be gone, and he is. Shiozaki with back-to-back eliminations eliminates Moose. And we are down to 3. Moose, the man who eliminates Roman Reigns, was eliminated by Shiozaki, who also eliminated Myron Reed. That lariat proving to be effective of Shiozaki's, as it's got him 2 back-to-back eliminations now. And it's anyone's ball game. Michinoku driver, but Sabu breaks up the pin on Shiozaki. Why in the world would Sabu do that? Shiozaki has proven to be a force so far in this match with 2 straight eliminations. Eliminating Myron Reed and the man that eliminated Roman Reigns in Moose. You would think that he would help Jordynne Grace to eliminate Shiozaki, as he seems to be the biggest threat so far in this match. Nevertheless, he is caught in a torture rock, spun around into a power bomb. Is that it? No! Shiozaki out at 2.9. The Grace driver, is that enough? No! Another big 2.9 kick out by Shiozaki as he is staying alive like he's a member of the Bee Gees. Sabu drops Jordynne Grace with a pile driver. And now Shiozaki and Sabu going at it. One of these 3 competitors will face Keiji Mutoh later on in this show for the TGPW Championship. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be the former TWS Deathmatch champion Sabu? Is it going to be the Noah Ace, Go Shiozaki? Is it going to be the Knockouts standout Jordynne Grace? Grace is no stranger to wrestling male competitors, has held championships in promotions where she's competed against men. So Jordynne Grace winning this match would not be out of the question. Sabu is an absolute madman. He is unpredictable. Shiozaki, one of the best wrestlers in the world, just got a 2 count on Sabu. And of course, Shiozaki and Mutoh have wrestled each other before. In fact, Mutoh beat Shiozaki to win the GHC Heavyweight Championship. So you know Shiozaki would love to face Mutoh again. And take the TGPW Championship from the Wrestling Genius. There's the Go Flasher on Sabu, but Jordynne Grace picks up Sabu. Sabu is out on his feet, doesn't know where he is, and now gets chopped into oblivion by Shiozaki. That is not a man you want to take chops from. Go Shiozaki. Vicious chops from Shiozaki, rocking Sabu. As Grace hits a running Liger bomb into the corner, but the rope break is there to save Shiozaki. Sabu's chest has got to be hamburger meat by now with all the chops that he's taken. There's a moonsault critical on Jordynne Grace, and she is out. There it is, 2 count. Lou makes it official as Jordynne Grace has now been eliminated by Sabu. Again, I told you knockouts were on. A critical on Jordynne Grace is eliminated here. There's the go flasher. Is that going to be enough? Hooks the leg, 2, and no! Sabu out the back door at the last second. Backslide pin, but a rope break there. It's down to Sabu and Shiozaki. Easy for me to say. There's another go flasher. Drags him out. Rolls him. Covers him. Did he get him? No. Another 2.9 kick out by Sabu as he hits an inverted DDT. Jordynne Grace still laid out on the mat over there after that moonsault by Sabu knocking her out. Spinning wheel kick, but then a vicious chop by Shiozaki as he also goes down. These guys are feeling now. Feeling the effects of this 41-minute match. They've been going at it tooth and nail the whole time. Shiozaki pouring on the offense. Sabu fighting back though. Sabu to the top. There's the moonsault that got him the knockout on Grace. Shiozaki still in this as he backdrops Sabu out of the ring. Remember, earlier in this match, these two were brawling on the outside. Sabu using a chair, and there's the chair again. They were dangerously close to being counted out the first time as they managed to get back in at the count of 17. Here they are again, fighting on the floors. We're getting dangerously close to that 20 count, but they managed to get back in and avoid a double count out here, which would have been disastrous. There's a moonsault of Shiozaki's own from the top. Did he get him? No. Would have been something if he would have pinned him on top of the carcass of Jordynne Grace, who we need to get her out of there. Somebody get some smelling salts, wake her up, get her out of the ring. She's still laying there unconscious on the mat. And these two just fighting over her. Standing switch reversal by Sabu, and then he just forearms him right in the back of the neck. And it's a spinning wheel kick, but Shiozaki's the first one to his feet. He hits another stinging chop, but a spinning soul butt by Sabu takes down Shiozaki. There's a lot of S's there. And there's a backdrop suplex by Sabu. Sabu in control now. It's the pile driver. Back and forth. There's an Arabian face crusher with the chair. Spinning back fist into the Gowan lariat, and I think that's it. That's enough. Shiozaki says, I had enough. I'm finishing this man, as Go Shiozaki is your winner, and he will face Mutoh later in the show. What a matchup. What a win for Shiozaki. All right, we are back after that hot start to the night, whatever. Man, what a match. Whew. Spot for a Shot 6-man elimination match. Go Shiozaki winning that thing in impressive fashion. Has earned the right to face Keiji Mutoh later on in the show in the semi-main event for the TGPW Championship. What a match that's going to be. But right now, we have a TGPW Tag Team Title Tournament match here. First rounder. As the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, make their TGPW debut. You knew it was only going to be a matter of time before Matt and Nick Jackson made their way to TGPW. Here they are in this Tag Team Title Tournament to crown the first ever TGPW Tag Team Champions. They are in there with some TGPW veterans. the big dog, Kayvon Journey, and Jason Powell, known collectively as Join Them to Betray Them. They, of course, are members of the Detroit Wrestling Connection, alongside Marty Drip Drip, Martez Ale, and the black man, Coco T-Ware, leader of Kayfabe, the People's Band. We will be seeing them later on in the tournament at our next event, Blood Red, White, and Blue, as they will be teaming up in the first round of the tournament to take on the team of Fishsticks, Steve Ahrendt, and John Moxley. We'll see Steve Ahrendt later on in this show in our steel cage main event against the evil genius Aaron Xavier. So stick around for that one. You do not want to miss it. But as I said, right here we have the tag team title tournament continuing as Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, take on Join Them to Betray Them, Kayvon and Jason. We've already seen some big first round upsets in just the first two matches of the tournament, as the Foundation, Jonathan Gresham and Jay Lethal, were eliminated from the tournament by the Thunder Buddies, Thunder Horse and Jushin Thunder Liger. Also another big upset, as the Future Hipsters, Kushida, and the Hardcore Hipster Neil Carrolls knocking off the Gorillas of Destiny, Tamatanga and Tenga Loa. This would be another massive upset if the Young Bucks were to fall in this first round match to Kayvon and Jason. That's for sure. But right here we've got a cover and just a 1 count as Nick Jackson kicks out. Jason to the top. I think he was thinking elbow drop there, but Nick Jackson able to avoid it. There's the BTE trigger by the Young Bucks. Do not go for a cover, though, as Nick hits the knee. Matt applies the chin lock as the big dog hits the spear. He comes in illegally into this match. Detroit Wrestling Connection, our last event, picking up a huge win in an 8-man tag team contest as they knocked off the Circus of Slime, El Gran Blanco Presentadora, Crooked Tortuga, Michael Brennan, and the Insane Clown Posse, Violent J, and Shaggy Two-Dope. And we will be seeing the Circus of Slime later on in this show in another TGPW Tag Team Title First Round match, Tag Team Title Tournament First Round match, as they will taking on Ted DiBiase and the Boss Sasha Banks. There's a super kick from Nick Jackson. Another hook kick inside cradle. Gets a 2 and no. Kick out by Kayvon. Jason was in there to try and break it up, but he was a little too late as Kayvon was able to get out on his own power. Easy for me to say. Standing sliced bread into the sharpshooter by Matt Jackson. Nick Jackson there to cut off Kayvon. He does the Macho Man pose as Jason went for the Macho elbow but missed. How about that? Pile driver by Jason. And now he goes up looking for the elbow again, and he got it. This time to that bad back of Matt Jackson. We know Matt Jackson has had back problems for years. There's a super kick, but then he gets hit with a punch by Jason. We gotta work on that animation, huh? Suplexed out of the ring. Oh, suplex sends the other Jackson out of the ring, as Matt Jackson just got power bombed But Nick Jackson Hurricane Rana's cave on to the outside of the ring, to the floor, as Jason is just laying in the shots to Nick Jackson. Jackson's in trouble here, but a nice counter by Nick Jackson out of a powerbomb into a DDT. That may have changed momentum, but no, a big powerbomb from the big dog. Jason goes up top, went for the double axe, but missed. But connects with that pile driver in the center of the ring. Nick Jackson lands right on his head as he makes a tag to his brother Matt. Nick applies the sharpshooter, but he's not the legal man. I mean, that's not going to do anything as far as winning the match goes. But I suppose it's going to do some damage to the already injured legs and back of Jason. It's Jason and Nick Jackson fighting on the outside. Matt and Kayvon on the inside. As Kayvon is taking it to Matt Jackson on the inside. Jason taking it to Nick Jackson on the outside. The Detroit Wrestling Connection just wearing out the Young Bucks as Matt Jackson just ran into 2-count Lou Tavano there. Well, we're 2 matches in and we've already got a ref bump. How about that? That was Kayvon. He went for the Superman punch, but he missed. Matt hits a spear, tags in his brother Dick. This has been a back and forth matchup between these two teams. Canadian Destroyer by Nick Jackson. He goes for a cover. Not even a 1 count. As the big dog too close to the ropes. Sharpshooter applied, and that's it. The Young Bucks get the submission win as the big dog, Kayvon, taps out. Jason can't get there in time to save his partner. The Young Bucks advance in the tournament. Match number 3 in my own summer is a singles matchup. It is Effy taking on Fred Rosser. Mr. No Days Off, Fred Rosser, and Effy, both of them making their TGPW debuts in this matchup. Both men representing the LGBTQA+ community. I think there's an I in there as well. Either way, they are representing that community in this match, representing that community every time they come to the ring. But that does not define them as individuals, as professional wrestlers. They are here to shatter stereotypes, win matches, and get in contention for that TGPW Championship, which will be on the line later on in the show, as I mentioned earlier, as Mutoh will defend against the winner of tonight's Spot for a Shot 6-man elimination match, which was Go Shiozaki. What a great way to start the show. We had a tag team match that we just saw as the Young Bucks knocked off Join Them to Betray Them in the first round of the TGPW Tag Team Title Tournament. There was no upset there tonight as the Young Bucks proved why they are one of the premier tag teams and one of the best tag teams in the world and one of the best tag teams of all time. That's right. Come at me, bro. I said it. But right here we've got Effy and we've got Fred Rosser. Fred Rosser, as of late, has been on a tear in New Japan Pro Wrestling, part of New Japan Pro Wrestling's show NJPW Strong. And he's a guy who many years ago competed in WWE under the name Darren Young as part of the Primetime Players with Titus O'Neil. Was a member of the Nexus when he debuted. Well, technically he was on the NXT game show where his mentor was CM Punk. Then he returned as a member of the Nexus Then he will return again as with Titus O'Neil as his tag team partner as the Primetime Players. That is what people remember him the most for. Several years had passed since he was released from WWE, and has become a much different, more well-rounded professional wrestler, I would say, in the time that he's been gone from the WWE. This is not the same man that people remember from the WWE. And he is here to prove that, and would like to win this match for sure and get into contention for the championship. He too would like a spot for a shot at the TGPW Championship. Where Effy, he's been around for several years now on the independent scene, making his mark in Florida at first, expanding later on as his popularity has grown exponentially over the years. Mainstay in Game Changer Wrestling, GCW. Competed in freelance wrestling, where he was the freelance wrestling champion. The freelance wrestling, what's that secondary title in freelance wrestling called? I should know this. Freelance wrestling, Legacy Championship is what he held, not the Freelance Wrestling Championship. He was the second Freelance Wrestling Legacy Champion, holding that title for over 300 days before losing the title in October of last year to Robert Ego Anthony. But Effy holding numerous championships throughout his career, as he has been the Fest Wrestling Champion, not once but twice. And right there, as I'm going over Effy's accolades, an inside cradle by Fred Rosser gets the win over Effy just like that. Well, match number 4 here in the TGPW Tag Team Title Tournament match, first round. As moments ago, Fred Rosser picking up a win over Effy, and all it takes is 3 seconds, and you got him with that inside cradle, that small package, and that was enough to get the 3. So we are on to our 4th match. As I said, it is a matchup in the tournament to crown the first ever TGPW Tag Team Champions. Earlier in the show, the Young Bucks defeating Join Them to Betray Them, Kayvon Jordynne and Jason Powell to advance to the second round. Right here we have 2 teams that we've seen compete in TGPW before. The team of Ted DiBiase and Sasha Banks, who are 2-0 in their TGPW tenure, as they have back-to-back wins over the Macho Ghost, the ghost of the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and his daughter, It's Bailey, as they defeated him in a regular tag team match, and then a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match as they beat them 2 falls to 1. As a result of their 2-0 record, they earned themselves a spot in the tournament. Meanwhile, the Circus of Slime, El Gran Blanco Presentadora, and the Crooked Tortuga, Michael Brennan here. Not faring very well so far in TGPW, as they have yet to win a match as a team, whether that be in tag team matches, trios matches, or in 8-man tag team action. As this pairing of Gran Blanco and Michael Brennan lost a tag team match to the team of Rich Swann and John Moxley, as Gran Blanco was eliminated. Well, he was eliminated from the TGPW title tournament after he had defeated Jon Moxley. So Jon Moxley lost the match, but again, was not without some controversy. So he wanted a tag team match. Rich Swann, who had defeated Michael Brennan in the first round, agreed to be Moxley's partner, as Michael Brennan thought that he was screwed. Oh man, chair shot to the head of Sasha Banks right there by Michael Brennan. But they met in a tag team match in which Jon Moxley defeated Blanco, pinning him after one Death Rider DDT, Paradigm Shift, Dirty Deeds, whatever you want to call the thing. It's had so many different names over the years, but all it took was one of his finishers to beat Gran Blanco. So these two not faring well as a team. The Circus of Slime, you know, business hasn't been going very well for El Jefe and his group. They would like to turn it around here against two people who know how to do a business in the $1 Million Man, Sasha Banks, and the Boss. The $1 Million Man, Sasha Banks? The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and the Boss, Sasha Banks. Oh my goodness. That's going on Botchamania. Meanwhile, Gran Blanco just stomping the guts out of DiBiase here. Hits a spear. Is that it? No, just a one count from Blanco as DiBiase is able to kick out. Two people who know all about money in business, making money, winning matches and championships. Sasha Banks and DiBiase, who have turned out to be a surprisingly good tag team together. So they could be a team in this tournament to look out for. And again, Brennan with a chair shot to the head. Rolls her over, goes for a cover, and not even a one count. We've seen a different side of the Turtle, Mike Brennan. Oh, those are brass knuckles. Come on, 2 count, Lou. Pay attention. Michael Brennan pulling brass knuckles out of his tights. Punches Sasha Banks with the brass knuckles. But as I said, we have seen a different side of the amazing Turtle, Mike Brennan, since he has aligned himself with the seedy, slimy Gran Blanco. And we've seen perfect example of that in this match as he has bent and broke the rules in every possible way, using a steel chair more than once, brass knuckles. Well, right now, Gran Blanco getting suplexed continuously on the floor by Banks as the referee begins his count. We are at 16, 17 now, come on. Gran Blanco, wait a minute, what happened? DiBiase was on the floor, and I think, yeah, controversial win. Well, moments ago, we just witnessed a controversial victory, to say the least, for the Circus of Slime, El Gran Blanco, Presentadora, and Crooked Tortuga, Michael Brennan, as they defeated the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and Sasha Banks by countout. I don't know how that happened. Referee 2 count Lou was administering his 20 count on the floor, and somehow DiBiase was still on the floor. I don't know how that happened. When 2 count Lou made the 20 count, I thought he was inside the ring, and Banks was on the outside with Gran Blanco. Gran Blanco made it back in, but DiBiase was on the outside when 2 count Lou reached the count of 20. So Circus of Slime were awarded the match by countout. Well, what an odd odd ending to that match and a definite upset, to say the least. As I don't think anyone expected Banks and DiBiase to lose the match, or to lose the match in that way. But a win is a win. You can win by pinfall, submission, knockout, disqualification, or countout to advance in the tournament. And, well, it might not be the most honorable way of doing things, but Circus of Slime, well, they're called Circus of Slime for a reason. And they win by countout, and they advance in the tournament. You may not like it, but the win seems to be the decision of the referee is final in TGPW, and it's a win in the win column, and Circus of Slime will advance. But, you know, leave it to Circus of Slime to get their first win as a team. As I mentioned earlier, they had no wins as a team. Leave it to them to get their first win by a countout. And then they celebrated like they had won something, like they had won the tag team titles already or something, when they just got a cheap countout victory. I mean, I expect nothing less, though, from those guys. What a bunch of jerks. And a bunch of cheaters, for that matter. Michael Brennan cheated throughout that match, as we saw. Steel chairs, brass knuckles, and a cheap win to go along with it. Well, right here, we've got another tag team match. I know I've been talking about what just happened, but, you know, I can't, you know, get past what we just saw. It just wouldn't be a TGPW show without a little bit of controversy now, would it? But right here, we've got Fire and Flava making their debut. Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz as they're taking on the team of Death by Snu-Snu, Jade Cargill and Camille. We've seen Jade Cargill and Camille before here in TGPW, as they have been in the corner of Marty Drip Drip Martezale. But this is the first time they will be wrestling on the show against two people making their debut. Kiera Hogan, Tasha Steelz. And hopefully this match doesn't end in some kind of shenanigans like the last one. But you can see the size disparity on display here between these two teams, as Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan giving up a lot of size, power, and strength to the Amazon women, Jade Cargill and Camille, known as Death by Snu-Snu. And you can see Jade Cargill's rather full of herself. She takes the time out to pose and kiss her bicep, you know, showing off for those guns. Jade Cargill and Camille, when they're not wrestling, they're in the gym. Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan, do not count them out, however, just because they may be smaller than their opponents. They are two-time Knockouts Tag Team Champions in Impact Wrestling. And they've beaten competitors larger than them to win those belts. Oh, there's a critical on Jade, but I don't think Jade is the legal competitor. No, a 2.9 kick out. There's a critical on Jade. Jade is just going to, I guess, stay in the ring, knocked out. But Camille is the legal competitor, and this has become a 2-on-1 matchup here. As Fire and Flava have the man advantage, if you will. As Jade Cargill, I don't think, is getting back up. Well, what a turn of events this is, as I did not see that coming. Kiera Hogan knocking out Jade, but again, Jade was not the legal competitor in this match. So referee 2-count Lou Tufano not calling for the bell there, as Jade had tagged out to Camille already. And Kiera hit her with that move to knock her out. So 2-count Lou allowing this match to continue, but it's basically a handicap match now, as I mentioned. As Jade is incapacitated, I don't think she's going to be able to continue. So Camille has no one to tag out to. And just like that, the tides have turned for Fire and Flava. Remember when I was talking about how they had the disadvantage when it comes to size? Well, the skill, on display here by Fire and Flava, as they managed to knock out one of the two opponents and turn this into a handicap match. But Camille is showing off her dominance, as she has taken it to both members of Fire and Flava here on her own. And what a win this would be if Camille could win this for her team all by herself. Nice Northern Lights right into the arm bar, the cross arm breaker, if you will, by Kiera Hogan. There's the Face the Music, and that could be it. That could be the end of the match. No, a 2.9 kick out by Camille. Camille with a lariat turns Kiera inside out. And a Hangman's Neckbreaker. And both women collide. Both back to their feet as Kiera tags out to Tasha Steelz. Camille has no one to tag, as Cargill is still out in the center of the ring. But Camille has been holding her own here. Underhook suplex and a cover. No. 2 count by kick out by Camille. There's a cutter by Tasha, but Camille back to her feet. The crowd seems to be getting behind Camille here. Belly to belly, is that it? And that's enough. The numbers game just proving to be too much, as Fire and Flava pick up the win in this tag team match, which quickly became a handicap match. All right, we are back with match number 6. After another wild tag team match that turned into a handicap match, in which Fire and Flava defeated Death by Snu-Snu, Jade Cargill and Camille. Cargill knocked out in the match, leaving Camille in a 2-on-1 situation in which she could not overcome the numbers game, as Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz pick up the win in their debut over Death by Snu-Snu, Jade Cargill and Camille. Well, Jade Cargill and Camille are associates of the man in this match, known as Marty Drip Drip, Martez Ale, as he is taking on a bitter rival of his, bad old JR, Jim Ross, who is wearing chaps. And some very small trunks, let's say. Quite an interesting look for JR in this match. But this match is a pure rules match between Marty Drip Drip and Bad Old JR, Jim Ross. These two bitter rivals first meeting back in March at Tag Team Madness, in which Martez Ale and Trish Stratus took on Jim Ross and Penelope Ford. Bad Old JR, Jim Ross, was born that night as JR and Penelope Ford defeated Martez Ale and Trish Stratus in that match. JR brutalizing Martez using all kinds of tactics, including steel chairs, forks, low blows, any kind of underhanded tactics he could to win the match. A completely different side to Jim Ross than we are used to seeing. A darker, more evil side to Jim Ross. Forget good old JR. This is bad old JR, along with the bad girl Penelope Ford. These two would meet again in a no disqualification match, in which Jim Ross again brutalized him. And oh, the finger snap. He brutalized Martez again with a fork, bloodying him, leaving Marty Drip Drip dripping in blood. As JR got the win there with the testicular claw. Well, that led to this match. Another one-on-one matchup between these two, and a 2 count of no. Where Martez challenged him to a pure wrestling rules match, meaning that the weapons were not allowed. There's the stutter by JR. By God, did he get him? And he did. Oh, 7 minutes 53. Just like that, JR beat him. Bad old JR gets the win. Well, I barely had time to go over the rules of the last match, but it was a pure wrestling rules match, meaning that Jim Ross could not use any of his weaponry. It was a clean, straight-up one-on-one wrestling match that Marty Drip Drip, had challenged Jim Ross to. And we saw it right there. Doesn't matter, apparently, if weapons are involved or not, but bad old JR, Jim Ross, just has the number of Marty Drip Drip, as he defeated him in the center of the ring, 1, 2, 3, clean in the middle. No gimmicks, no interference, nothing. Well, here we go with our 7th match of the show. It is a number 1 contenders match to the TGPW Championship, because after tonight, we need a new contender to the title, as the man who earned the right to face the champion earlier in the show was Shiozaki, as he won the spot for a Shot 6-man elimination match, defeating Sabu, Moose, Roman Reigns, Jordynne Grace, and Myron Reed. He will get his title shot on the show coming up after this match against the TGPW champion Keiji Mutoh. And whoever the champion may be, whether it's Mutoh, whether it's Shiozaki, they will face the winner of this match, Aeroboy versus Kenny Omega. That will happen at our big July event, Hasta La Vista, baby. That is coming up in a few short weeks. But right here, Aeroboy, Kenny Omega, to determine who will face the champion, whoever that may be, at Hasta La Vista, baby. Kenny Omega, who was in the TGPW title tournament, lost in the finals of the tournament to the TGPW champion Keiji Mutoh. That has been sticking in Kenny Omega's craw for about 2 months now, after that loss to Keiji Mutoh As you know, Omega's quest is to collect championship belts from all over the world, from every promotion. And he failed in that quest here in TGPW. He made it all the way to the finals, only to lose to Keiji Mutoh. That fact is not lost on the cleaner Kenny Omega, as he would like to win this match, get another match. He's hoping against Mutoh, defeat Mutoh to avenge the loss, but also to win the championship, to add that belt to his collection. He would love to have it in his trophy case. Meanwhile, his opponent, Aeroboy, coming into this match, is the TGPW Deathmatch Champion. He won that Deathmatch Show 2, winning that grueling Deathmatch tournament, then going on to defeat the champion, the Deathmatch Champion, Atsushi Onita, winning that belt, bringing that belt here to TGPW with him, where he will defend it. But because he was a champion already, he was entered into the tournament, went on a Cinderella run, making it all the way to the semifinals before he was defeated by the eventual winner, Kenny Omega. Two and no. The trigger to the back of the head. So you know Aeroboy wants to win this. One-way angel. One-way angel. But the rope breaks there to save Aeroboy. Aeroboy was eliminated by Omega. He wants to beat Omega here. Tope con hero over the top rope. And now he's got a light tube. Light tube to the head of Kenny Omega. That's why he's the Deathmatch Champion. Now he's got another light tube. Omega grabs a chair. Things are breaking down here. Roll up center of the ring. Did he get him? 2 and 3. He got him. Aeroboy got him. Out of nowhere, Aeroboy defeats Kenny Omega. By God, what a win. Fight. Folks, I did not see that one coming. Aeroboy defeating Kenny, by God, Omega. And he is now the #1 contender to the TGPW Championship. I don't even think Kenny Omega could believe it. I think he's an absolute shock. I think Don Callis is an absolute shock. I think the Super Elite is an absolute shock. Aeroboy again defying the odds. The absolute underdog of TGPW and the TGPW Deathmatch Champion, proving why he's a champion, why the man has won the Deathmatch tournament, has defeated Onita, because here he is, he defeats Omega, avenging his loss in the tournament, and now will face the winner of this match, our semi-main event for the TGPW Championship. It is the TGPW Champion, Keiji Mutoh, defending against the winner of tonight's spot for a Shot 6-man elimination match. Go Shiozaki. This is Shiozaki's second match of the night. An impressive win in our opening contest in the 6-man elimination match. Here, he would like to beat the man that's beaten him before for the GHC Heavyweight Championship in Pro Wrestling Noah. I'm talking about Keiji Mutoh. Shiozaki would love to avenge his loss here, win this match, and win the TGW Championship. Whoever wins this match, Mutoh or Shiozaki, will defend the title against Aeroboy at our July major event. Hasta la vista, baby. That is coming up in just about 3 short weeks. Did I say 3? About 4 short weeks. The championship will be on the line. at Hasta La Vista, baby. Before that, we've got 2 big events, part of the Summer Sizzler Series in July. Blood Red, White, and Blue coming up next weekend for the July weekend. Handspring back elbow out of the corner by Mutoh. Classic move, and there's the Dragon Screw by Mutoh. Beautifully into the figure 4. The champion proving why he's a champion, why they call him the wrestling genius. Drop kick by Shiozaki off the top rope, sends Mutoh crashing to the floor. But our next event, Blood Red, White, and Blue. Wait a minute, what the hell? That's Keiji Mutoh. How are there 2 Keiji Mutohs right now? What is going on? My mind is completely blown. Keiji Mutoh and Keiji Mutoh are double teaming Shiozaki here. This night has been unreal. We have seen some of the craziest things happen tonight. Cradle pile driver by Mutoh, the young Mutoh. Back suplex. The old Mutoh, the champion, off the top of the moonsault. The rounding body press. I don't know what's going on anymore. TGPW is out of control. The wrestlers, these matches. What is going on anymore? What the hell just happened? Rounding body press by Mutoh. Is that it? No! 2.9 kick out by Shiozaki. Mutoh interfered in the match to assist Mutoh. He assisted himself. Gowan lariat. Well, I guess there's no one else in this world that you can trust besides yourself sometimes. And Mutoh, I guess, using the DeLorean, the time machine of hipster Neil Carrolls and Kushida to bring back his younger self to assist him in this match. What in the hell just happened? Nevertheless, he's gone now. We're back to a one-on-one situation here. Went for a superplex, but no, got caught on the apron. This is not going to be good. Well, escapes, but does not miss that back elbow. There's a lariat and hooks the leg. But the ropes are there to save Mutoh. Drop kick by Shiozaki. What a match. What a night. Dragon screw by Mutoh. Mutoh into the figure 4. Is that it? And it is. Keiji Mutoh retains the TGPW Championship as he defeats Go Shiozaki. What a wacky, wacky night this has been. Here we go with the main event of the evening. What an evening it has been. What an event it has been. My Own Summer, part of the Summer Sizzler series. Our big June event. We just witnessed Keiji Mutoh successfully defend the TGPW Championship against tonight's spot for a shot winner, Go Shiozaki. And he had help from, well, himself, Keiji Mutoh, his younger self, helping his older self to retain the title. Good Lord. Aeroboy defeating Kenny Omega in a big upset, you could say, to become the #1 contender to the TGPW Championship. So now we know our big event in July, Hasta La Vista, baby. It will be Keiji Mutoh defending the TGPW Championship against Aeroboy, the TGPW Deathmatch Champion. Also, Battle JR Jim Ross defeated Marty Drip Drip Martez Ale in a Pure Rules wrestling match. The Circus of Slime defeated Ted DiBiase and Sasha Banks via countout to advance in the TGPW title tournament. Fred Rosser defeated Effy. The Young Bucks defeated Join Them to betray them via submission. in another first round matchup in the TGPW Tag Team Title Tournament. Did I skip over this? I guess I did. Flyer and Flava defeated Death by Snu-Snu in what was a tag team match, but quickly became a handicap match as Jade Cargill was knocked unconscious during the match. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier in the show, the first match, Shiozaki defeated Sabu, Jordynne, Grace Moose, Myron Reed, and Roman Reigns in a spot for a Shot 6-man elimination match to earn the title shot later on in our semi-main event. But right here, we have our main event, and it could be over right here. No, a 2-count kick out by Fishsticks Steve Ahrendt as it's inside the confines of the steel cage. Xavier to the top again with another double stomp. Is that it? Can Fishsticks kick out? And he does. Blocks a punch, but an elbow and a suck it from Ahrendt Xavier as he hits another double stomp. Rolls him over, goes for a cover. There are no rope breaks here, and a 2-count. Ahrendt escapes. Yes, this is a brutal rivalry between Ahrendt Xavier, the evil genius, the leader of the Alliance to End Steve, and the leader of Fishsticks Mania, Fishsticks Steve Ahrendt. Steve Ahrendt had to walk through hell to get to this match as he won a hardcore, well, not a hardcore, but a death match gauntlet at our last event, Do Ya Like Fishsticks, as he defeated the Alliance members Cypher, Shockmaster, and Ken Shamrock in an exploding barbed wire landmined light tube death match gauntlet, or death gauntlet if you will. Another double stop by Ahrendt Xavier. Is that enough? Has he ended Steve Mania here? No. Again, the Alliance's mission since day one of TGPW, since the Guerrilla Position Wrestling Guerrilla Warfare, our inaugural show, has been to rid TGPW of Steve. We've seen members like Ken Shamrock. We've seen Leo Rush. We've seen Nia Jax and Nyla Rose. None of them have been able to defeat Steve, keep him down for long, as he's got that baseball bat as he's taking it to Ahrendt Xavier. And now a little flip-flop and fly, if you will. Body elbow. And the crowd is firmly behind Steve Ahrendt here, as he's went through hell. He's went through every hurdle, every obstacle, and got to this man, the evil genius Ahrendt Xavier. These two have been bitter rivals for years. 5 long years these two have known each other. And 5 long years they've disliked one another, and that's it. Ahrendt Xavier wins it. And it's over. Is Steve-a-mania, is Fishsticks-a-mania over? He gave up. Ahrendt Xavier wins the steel cage main event, forces Steve Ahrendt to submit, to capitulate to the modified stretch plum in the center of the ring. 12 minutes, 5 seconds. Is this the end of Fishsticks-a-mania? Has Ahrendt Xavier succeeded where all others have failed? Ahrendt Xavier wins this steel cage match, and I mean, this show has been absolutely unpredictable, off the rails, unexpected results all throughout, and I don't know what to make of this. I'm sorry about the silence. I'm just taken aback after what just happened here. Where do we go from here with Steve Ahrendt? Where do we go from here with TGPW? What I do know is that our next show is coming up next week. It is blood red, white, and blue. And on that show, I can tell you right now, we'll get 2 more first-round matches in the TGPW Tag Team Title Tournament. As it's scheduled to be Fishmox, Steve Ahrendt, and John Moxley taking on Coco Drip Drip, Coco T-Ware, and Marty Drip Drip. Also in the first round, the Hardy Boys will take on Warhausen, the returning Warhorse, and a debuting Danhausen. As it'll be Warhorse and Danhausen together as Warhausen taking on the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff. Also, we will have a big 6-man tag team matchup as the Rhodes family, Dusty, Dustin, and Cody Rhodes, with Brandy Rhodes in their corner, will take on Imperium, Walter, Marcel Bartal, and Fabian Eichner with Masa Slamovich. You'll also see 4 more big matchups on that show, in addition to the 3 I have just told you about. TGPW Blood Red, White, and Blue, that is coming up next week, 4th of July weekend, so keep your eyes open. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll get updates when TGPW Blood Red, White, and Blue debuts on the channel, so that you can watch it and find out what happens in the next installment of TGPW, the Gorilla Position Wrestling, the most unprofessional professional wrestling in Fire Pro Wrestling. What a night we have witnessed. What a show. What's next for TGPW? Stay tuned to the channel for more. I, of course, am your host, the Swink Dick Swinky. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.